Hello there, welcome back. I am Ramona. This is the Smell of Logic channel where we read Reddit stories off of the internet and people's personal experiences or advice or whatever. This one is going to be, what is a hard truth that you believe should be taught early on in life? And most of these are pretty short, so it's going to be kind of rapid fire. But if you like this video or any of my videos, would you mind going and leaving a like? Or maybe subscribing or commenting or sharing the videos or anything like that would be cool. So let's get started. Are we ready? Life isn't fair. It's a good one to start off with because it's probably the most true thing you ever heard. Not all people will like you, no matter how hard you try. Second chances aren't so easy to come by. That you will one day die, and that's the end of your consciousness, so you should make the most of the time you have. So many people waste their lives on religious nonsense when they could be happy instead. Edit. The fact that religious people downvote this while providing no rebuttal just proves me right. Edit 2. Again, you see how this is getting downvoted with no logical argument that I'm wrong? This proves my point. And someone replied with, think about this for a second. Religious people believe consciousness continues into afterlife and speak to it as fact. How are you different from them by stating that death is the end? So this goes on, and let's just move on. Let's see. Many people in our society are terrible. Someone trying to be nice does not mean they are a good person. Never count on people to do the right thing. Most people will go with the crowd over doing the right thing. Anyone can be flipped against you, and most likely it'll be the people closest to you that you trust the most. Blood does not mean family. Most of your friends are not really your friends. And someone replied with, who hurt you? Seems like everybody. They're not wrong, but that is a very dire outlook. You are no more special than the billions of other people in the world. They all have their own stories, just like you do. It would be nice if some effort was made to teach the younger kids how to deal with the inevitable death of their parents or other elderly loved ones. It happens to most of us, but some earlier than others. I think that's actually pretty spot on. We don't, most of us as a culture don't like to talk about death and the consequences and the actions, what comes next, and not even what comes next, just dealing with the realities of losing a parent or a sibling or a grandparent or a friend or whatever. We all like to keep that, I don't, almost like it's a taboo to talk about it, but I think it would help a lot of people, especially kids, if you were much more open about it and, say, yeah, this is going to happen. It's going to suck, but we can learn how to deal with it and move on. But that's just my opinion. Actions and choices have consequences. Own the consequences. Also, shit happens. And this is one of the best lines ever from a TV show, but it is possible to make no mistakes and still lose. It's from Jean-Luc Picard, Star Trek Next Generation. Very, very poignant. Regret is pointless. Learn and move on. That's actually pretty good advice right there. George Washington's false teeth were not made from wood. I felt more duped learning this as an adult. I'm sorry if anybody's learning this for the first time from me. Your parents are not perfect and may disappoint you again and again and again. And a hard truth. People keep posting general questions on this sub instead of Ask Reddit, which is far more catered to such general questions where this sub was looking for specific answers. Epstein did not commit suicide. Life ain't fair and there are no second chances. Life is work, so find something that you can enjoy. You have to love yourself before you can truly be loved by someone else. Nobody will look out for you like you. No such thing as fair. It's a BS word, other than a carnival type thing. Making a situation fair isn't the same as making a situation better. People are trying to scam you. Nobody cares about your money unless you are trying to make it their money. If someone really wants you to buy something or sign up for something, what's in it for them? Has it made my kids a little cynical? Yeah, But as it did for me, it will save them a lot of time from the scams. Have I missed out on some legitimate good offers because of this? Maybe, but no one got wealthy off of a grocery store giveaway. People will judge you based on your looks. The more you try to win, the more you will lose. If you want more in life, you've got to be willing to lose a lot as well, whether it be old friends or even your sanity at some point. Plain and simple, people suck. The world is cruel and unfair and unjust. Someone will be awful towards you at some point, and the best way to get through it is through it. Keep going, and eventually you'll come out the other side and be better for it. Wish my 14-year-old self would have heard this over and over. No one cares. Work harder. In almost every case, your opinion is not important at all. You might think it is, but it usually is not. That joining the military right after high school is the fastest way to start climbing out of poverty. Never pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Nothing is free. Words and actions have consequences. Oh yeah, you can say and do whatever you want. You're totally free to do that. But if you say something or do something someone else doesn't appreciate, it's entirely possible that something is going to happen to you and that you won't appreciate that either. This is going to sound horrible, but hear me out. We need to find a safe way for younger people to experience true, enduring physical pain. So many kids do stupid that ends up causing permanent damage that will go mostly unnoticed until 30 plus years of age. I feel like this would have two major benefits to society. One, kids might be less likely to do stupid stuff, which will cause them permanent damage. Two, kids might grow into adults with a much better understanding of what some people suffer through daily and will be less judgmental of disabled people. People usually have empathy towards people with more obvious disabilities than make fun of people whose disabilities may not be apparent. People should also learn that not every big person that is in pain did it to themselves. Most of the big people I've met here actually are in pretty good shape on their teens and 20s. It was a quick onset of pain that actually put them through putting on weight. You can't really comprehend the physical and mental toil it takes on people to go from living a perfectly normal, active life to barely being able to move. Another thing I just thought about. If more people knew about the daily life and financial struggles of people who are disabled, there would probably be a lot more help for those people. I know a guy who has been disabled for 8 years after busting his ass his entire life. Even after 8 years of cost of living adjustments, he gets less than $1,200 a month to live off of. The average rent in our area is $800 a month. If he didn't have people in his life who loves him, he'd probably be homeless. We as a world need to do better. But as an American, we as Americans absolutely need to do freaking better. It isn't their fault they are disabled. Start reaching out to the politicians, and let's start taking better care of some of the most vulnerable people out there. Not everything is edible. A couple of fourth graders tried to eat milk cartons and napkins this month. No one will ever care about you more than you. Know thyself and start advocating for yourself early on. Watch after your health, the people who you surround yourself with, your job. It's all going to affect you so much. Also, don't try to find happiness through your partner. Have your own hobbies and joys. Add them to your party. Don't make them responsible for it. You aren't entitled to anything. I see often people who think that they are the main character and should be pandered to. No one owes you anything. You are entitled to nothing. If you want something in life, earn it. Common sense and hard work will get you further in life than having anything given to you. Not everyone needs to go to college. Trade schools are cheaper, quicker, and will give you a great work ethic. Your teachers at school are paid to tolerate and humor you. In the real world, people are not. Pain heals, chicks dig scars, glory lasts forever. My father once told me, no hay amigos en la vida. Translation, there aren't no friends in life. Sometimes violence is the answer. Not everyone is a good person, even if they look or show themselves that they are. Not everything is a lesson, Ryan. Sometimes you just fail. It's not all about you. The universe has no plan for you, no special exemptions or blessings, no interest in your bargains or prayers, nothing but pitiless indifference. And if you get dogs, you and your house will stink of dogs. There is no Santa Claus. You are not entitled to the labor of others. Of what I've written over the years, respect is a matter of discipline, not obligation. Social graces are at the will of every individual, but love for others eases some pain of life. Comfort can be the greatest cancer. Don't think too much, but think often. Don't strive for greatness, but condone to strive. We are merely animals. Striving for greatness and perfection will only cause more trouble in the present time than need be, and likely lead us to forget who we are. It is near impossible for those who play God not to be sadistic. They will tread with mortals. Life is not promised, but death is. Everything we have is limited, and everything we have is forsaken. It's best to make peace and learn contentment while you can. Save the chaos for the life hells, for later hells in life. Yeah, a little tongue-tied there. Karma isn't real. Most bad people will never get their comeuppance. Fairy tales are just that, tales. Interest on your money will determine a lot about your life in the future. Basic hygiene. It's a hard truth because even adults are incapable of talking about their bodies and how to care for them, especially when they're forced to face the reality that they are the gross ones because they don't wash their feet or their butts. That's gross, y'all. It's better to live a rewarding life. You must scratch and claw for a life where you will be handed everything. Not sure I quite understand that. Okay. Death is a natural part of life filled with pain and sadness, but it will happen to everyone you love someday, and it will happen to you. Also, remembering the amount it will affect the people who love you when you die may help or hurt that lesson. You gotta look out for yourself, and life isn't even. I think a big emphasis is placed on our educational system to push the idea that things should be fair or even, but that's not reality. You are not important. You are not the center of the world. You could die tomorrow and life would go on fine without you. Too many people have this feeling of self-importance that just needs to be nipped in the bud early. Mistakes are not always okay. What you want in life you don't inherently deserve. It won't magically land in your lap just for the asking or explanation. You have to put in the work. Trust should be earned, not passed. Everyone is replaceable. Nobody cares about you more than they care about themselves. What freedom of speech really means. Just because you can say it doesn't mean you're free from the repercussions of it. Not making a decision is a decision, you just don't realize it yet. How powerful words are, good and bad. One universal lesson. You are not the main character, and you are not special. Life isn't about what the world owes you, it's about what you owe the world. I wish more of my friends would have learned these lessons before it was too late. There is always, always something you don't know. About people, about situations, about everything. If you knew that thing, it may make all the difference in your opinions. Also, don't trust your snap judgments. Although sharing what someone has is nice, they are not required to do so and may share with other people. That is life. The basics of money management, because throughout your life, money matters. It influences every aspect of your life. Money management. If you do not have much, you should be able to manage it. If you have a lot, you should be able to manage it. Say what you mean what you say. Keep your word is your law. If you don't have integrity, you are nothing. You can only rely on a person for a lifetime whenever and wherever. It's neither your significant other, nor family, nor a friend. It's you. You can do everything right and still lose, get in trouble because of someone's biased personal take on an otherwise objective win. Healing doesn't have to be so sudden and complete. It's okay to move on while still having that void. Life always takes turns that are unexpected, no matter what plans you make. It's always okay to try and fail. At least you had the courage to try rather than to sit back. I'm going to add my favorite one here at the end because most of these are just retweets, rehashes of things that we've already said. Harsh truth. More people need to be told no. That kind of goes in line with what we've been reading here, but honestly, the world would be a much better place if more people got told no and accepted that. That's just my personal experience. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video or, found it at least amusing. Um, yeah. So go check out another video. There's plenty here on the channel. And I appreciate you listening, watching, and coming back. So anyway, thank you, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.